Good morning. If you can hear me in main jail there, do me a favor and raise your hand.
Yes, we can, Judge.
Good morning, folks. My name is John Fry. I'm a judge here in the 17th Judicial Circuit. You're here purposes today of magistrate court. Magistrate court is your first appearance at court. It's a non-adversarial proceeding where the court's going to review the probable cause affidavit, any supporting documentation to establish whether or not the state has met its prima facie basis or requirement for purposes of the arrest. After I've reviewed that, I'll make a decision as to whether or not there is a prima facie basis. If there is a prima facie basis, we'll move on to the next step of the process, which is whether or not you're subject to release. If you're subject to release, I'll make a decision as to a monetary bond or, in some cases, a pretrial release situation. I may impose specific conditions on you, such as no contact with the victim, no return, things of that nature. In doing so, I will periodically look to the state and or the defense for any input as to what they think I should know. So if either one of you have any input you desire to give me, feel free to do so. We're going to start out with Anastasia Katrina Sanfort. Anastasia Katrina Sanfort.
Yes, Your Honor. Also,
Okay.
Miss St. Fort has someone here on her behalf, Your Honor, who I believe actually is the alleged victim in the case.
All right. Good morning, sir. My name's John Fry. I'm a judge here in the state of Florida. Miss St. Fort, I recommend you be very quiet, okay? All right, sir. Do me a favor, raise your right hand. You swear your other right hand? You swear affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Tell me your full legal name.
Cornelius Emmanuel Jones.
All right, sir, you understand that this conversation is being recorded, both audio and visual?
Yes, sir.
All right, what would you like me to know?
I don't want to file no charge. I want everything to be dropped. It was all like a misunderstanding, and like it wasn't what it was.
All right, so it was a misunderstanding. Where she slashed you in the ear with a knife.
No, sir.
That didn't happen?
No, sir.
So you lied to the police about what happened?
I told them nothing happened. I told them I just wanted to leave and everything, and they like was angry or something, and they were just saying all kind of stuff.
So it was, the police were angry with you?
Yes, sir.
Did you have a cut to your ear?
No, sir.
Really? All right, prior criminal history on Miss St. Fort?
None that we can tell, Judge.
All right.
Judge, one other matter I wanted to bring to the court's attention. My understanding, it was Miss St. Fort that actually called the police. As you heard, she has no prior criminal record. She lives with her boyfriend and her 3 children. She's been here her whole life, considering what the victim just stated. I'd ask the court to consider releasing her ROR. If not, I'd ask for a reasonable bond of $1,500.
All right, we're going to release her on pretrial. You're not in any fear of her, sir?
No, sir. Not at all.
So if, God forbid, something happens to you and you get killed tonight, all right, it's not on me, correct?
Yes, sir.
You're sure of that?
Yes, sir.
All right, then based upon that, I'm going to release the defendant to standard pretrial. I'm going to have no victim contact and no return to the residence until a division judge can make a decision. Good luck to you, sir. You'll be out today, ma'am. You can't go back to that place.
Wait, one moment, Judge. Are you imposing no contact?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then what I would ask the
Because
court
I don't
to
believe
consider...
him.
Yo, leave.
Well, what I would be asking the court, they have 3 children in common, ages 4, 3, and 11 months. I'd ask for purposes of arranging child visitation or pickup.
Yeah,
if
you
they
can
go through a
you can
third
talk
party.
to each other as it pertains to the kids, but any
Okay.
kid transfer or anything of that nature needs to go on at a safe location such as the fire department or police station.
Okay, beautiful.
Thank you. Good luck, young man. Phone contact. Kareem Sanders. Kareem Sanders.
Kareem Sanders.
Page 14.
He's approaching, Judge. Unfortunately, I have not had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Sanders, Judge.
All right, I have a family member here, ma'am. Is that correct?
We had 2 of us.
2 of you.
Yes, sir.
All right, who might you be?
I'm his sister,
All right, what's your name?
Moesha Bell,
Could you spell that for me?
Moesha.
Moesha,
Yes.
Bell, Bell.
Yes.
All right, ma'am. And who else is here?
Um, his, gi-
You're his
his
girlfriend. Would
girlfriend.
you like to tell us your name? Could you spell that for me? What's your last name? Hamilton, like as in the play? Okay. Ma'am, what would you like me to know?
He's my only little brother. I just recently found out that I'm partially blind and I'm disabled. He helps me with my 1 year old. He plays like a father figure in her life because me and her dad been going through it.
Okay.
Our family has been going crazy. My mom's not really supportive, so I try to do everything I can.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a big he really helps me with her because I can barely see. He helps me when I go grocery shopping. He helps me with her a lot. And I really need him right now.
I understand. Ma'am, I'm sorry to hear things are rough for you. There's some things that I need to take into consideration in deciding what to do with this. And first is that he was caught allegedly breaking into somebody he didn't know's car. In addition to that, he was after he was read Miranda, he said that he was a lookout while his friends or cohorts broke into other vehicles.
Story yesterday because I spoke with both of the young boys. They're both juveniles. They do live in the area where we live at, where my mom stays. And they told me a whole different story that they were walking, the police came and stopped them. My brother was talking, they threw him on the floor. People were riding by and told the police that they were recording him. The police put his face in the dirt and
So was one of the two young men by the name of Samuel?
yes.
And he said he didn't do anything wrong?
They said that they didn't do nothing. They were all over there.
So the credit cards from other people they were in possession of?
That's why I said they wouldn't even talk to me. I'm asking them what's going on. They wouldn't even.
Right. Ma'am, I understand your concerns. I am gonna give him a bond. Okay? So, Mr. Sanders, you're charged with 5 counts. One is burglary of an unoccupied conveyance. The second's petty theft. Third's unlawful possession of a personal ID of another. The fourth is that you gave a false identification to law enforcement. In fact, you maintained that false identification all the way through the process until ultimately they had to call your parents to find out what your actual name was. And that you conspired to do various criminal acts to include other vehicle burglaries. I do find probable cause as to all 5 counts. As to count 1, I set your bond in the amount of $5,000. Count 2, I set your bond in the amount of release on your own recognizance. Count 3, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. Count 4, I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $500. And count 5, I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $5,000. Again, I do find probable cause. Good luck, young man. Thank you, ma'am. Start working on his bond.
Judge, my understanding is, as you heard from the mother of his child, he lives with his own mom. His mom is employed as a cook at a local restaurant. Financially, from what he's telling me, he's not going to be able to afford the $10,000 bond. In lieu of the $10,000 bond, would the court consider a combination of pretrial release with the lower monetary bond? He believes his family can access like about $3,000 bond. So that's what we'd be asking for if the court would consider a combination of $3,000
Hang
bond
on
with
for 1
pretrial
second,
release.
counsel. Ma'am?
If he can't, if he can't lower the bond, can he get on the pre-trial or something?
Okay, ma'am. Let the attorney do his arguing. Thank you. All right, counsel, anything else you want to add?
He's very young, Judge. My understanding is he's starting out a family. He's 18 years old.
State priors?
Nope.
He has a number of juvenile priors that are relevant. He was adjudicated of 2 counts of burglary and possession of burglary tools.
So he has multiple prior burglaries that he was adjudicated on.
Yes, sir. Also adjudicated on robbery with a firearm and
Robbery with a
battery.
firearm. Okay, counsel, thank you for that input. So your bond's what it is. All right, ma'am, good luck. Oh, okay. Sorry. All right, councils.
And I get that.
Mr. Shea. All right, let's start with Meltzer on page 9. Peter Meltzer, municipal ordinance violation.
Mr. Meltzer, North Broward, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Meltzer, good morning to you.
Good.
Okay, sir, you're charged with trespass after warning. In addition to that, it says that, disregard. Can you afford $50 bond, sir? Where'd Steve,
No, not right now. I'm
where'd
cool.
Steve go? All right, sir, we're gonna put you on recall. Your attorney apparently just walked out the room. All right,
No,
yeah,
Recall.
we're gonna put you on recall for a minute. Don't worry, you're not going anywhere in the next 10 minutes.
all right.
All right. This is yours. All right.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. Quenisha Mitchell.
No problem, Don.
Ms. Mitchell? Ah, there you are. Good morning. All right, ma'am, you're charged with 2 counts, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, touch strike battery, and domestic violence.
Nobody but God. And I just need a joint. But not anymore. We family.
Ma'am, who are you talking to? You talking to me?
I think we're dealing with some other issues than just the facts before the case, before the court.
Understood. All right, ma'am, the court's read the probable cause affidavit. The court does find probable cause. As far as a kitchen knife, the court's gonna order no victim contact. You're not to have any contact with, your boyfriend, Gregory Diem. Do you understand that? Ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, you're not to have any contact with your boyfriend if you get out of jail, okay? Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
Do you understand that you're not to have any contact with your boyfriend? All right, the court orders no victim contact. Any prior violent felonies?
No, sir.
Court sets the bond in the amount of $1,000 on count 1 and $250 on count 2. Thank you, ma'am. Jacob Kronstadt.
He's here, President Judge of Maine.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Kronstadt, you have 3 active capiases. One's in the amount of 500, the second's in the amount of 100, the third's in the amount of 500. They stem from 3 separate cases. I'm gonna leave your bond at $1,100. Good luck to you, young man.
Judge, can we check to see if his bond's been posted? I know he contacted his father. I believe it was late last night. I want to see if it went through already.
Do we know? We're looking.
Thank you, Judge.
Next up's gonna be Brian Tonery. I'll let you know in a minute. His bond has not been posted.
I'll contact his father to
Thank
double check.
you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Brian Tonery.
Mr. Tonnery is here, President Judge of Maine.
All right, so Mr. Tonery, you allegedly went into Walmart, took a number of items, left with the items. When the law enforcement got up to you, you then took off. priors as far as theft goes, state?
No, Judge.
All right, Ms. Toner, the court does find probable cause as to both counts. Count number 1, your bond's gonna be $25. Count number 2, your bond's gonna be $25. Good luck.
Judge, if I may, in speaking, Mr. Tonnery, he wishes to resolve this case. As you heard, he has no priors regarding any petty theft, so I'm gonna ask if the state has a plea offer. We're hoping the state makes a plea offer or withhold, take judicial notice of time served. My understanding, it was at Walmart, and Walmart received the merchandise back, so there's no outstanding restitution issues as far as I know.
What sayeth the great state of Florida in this matter?
One moment, Judge. Restitution. Your Honor, the offer at this time would be adjudication and restitution in the amount of $398.74. We'd recommend some probation time in order for him to pay it off. Oh, we
Counsel,
don't do probation here?
you wanna enter an open plea or you wanna take their offer?
Judge, I'd be interested in, yes, inviting into the court into plea
Sir, raise your right
negotiations.
hand for me, please. You swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Tell me your full legal name.
Brian Kevin Tonnery?
You under the alcohol, are you, put your hand down. You under the influence of an alcoholic beverage, controlled substance, anything of that nature?
No, sir.
Anybody threatening or forcing, making you resolve this case today?
No, sir.
You understand that if you're not a citizen of the United States of America, you can assume you're gonna get deported as a result of this?
Yes, sir.
All right, would you like some time to consult with an attorney about the possible consequences of a plea as pertains to immigration?
No, sir.
Sir, you understand as a result of this plea, if you're currently on probation, parole, any kind of government supervision anywhere on planet Earth, the entry of this plea is going to violate that and you're going to go to jail for the remainder of whatever your term is.
Yes, sir.
Would you like some time to consult with an attorney about that?
No, sir.
Anybody threatening, forcing you, making you do this in any way, shape, or form?
No, sir.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily of your own will?
Yes, sir.
Sir, as to the 2 counts, how do you plead?
No contest.
All right. Court finds the defendant's plea is knowing, voluntarily, intelligently entered in. He understands the detriments and consequences of this decision. Sir, you understand you're waiving your right to legal representation by the attorney you're choosing?
Yes, sir.
That handsome devil to your right, he's there to help you, but he's not your attorney. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You want to talk to an attorney? They do all kinds of mystical, magical stuff.
No, sir.
You sure you don't want an attorney?
Yeah, I'm good, sir.
All right, I find it no intelligent voluntary plea, he understands benefits and detriments of resolving this matter, he's intelligently waiving his right to counsel. Count 1, withhold court costs. Count 2, withhold court costs. No return to any Walmart in Broward County for a period of 1 year, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the Broward Sheriff's Office, after the little foot pursuit, got all the stuff back, so there's no restitution. Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
Alistair Mackey.
Mr. Mackey, come on up, please. Okay. What page is Mr. Mackey on? Oh, I found him.
He's
Oh,
on page 12, Hector. It's
All
a
right, now
municipal
we-
ordinance case.
We need shade again, don't we? All right, Mr. Mackey, we're gonna place you on recall. Your attorney walked out for some reason. David Fleck.
Mr. Fleck? Judge, he's approaching. After speaking to him, he's declining the services of public defender. He's gonna hire his own private counsel in the future.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Give me 1 minute.
Sir, what's your name again, son? Is this your first time doing this? So you have no problem.
Are you on probation? Are you on probation?
There's no.
On bond control.
No. I'm gonna ask the judge.
Nothing happened. Are you on bond control? Head and case.
All right, have a seat. Thank you, sir.
You live almost 9 years.
Mr. Gabriel Paros? Yep. Right. Two.
What's the name? take medication? That's a problem? Ever commit suicide? Take that.
All right, that's count 10 and count 9. The court does find probable cause. State, I'm assuming Mr. Fleck has a number of substantial bonds on the top 8 charges. Is that true? No bond? All right, count 9 and count 10 are the defendant. Thank you. What? For what? I only have counts. Oh, no, I don't. I take that back.
Mr.
All
Fleck,
right,
come on back.
come on back.
He's coming back.
1 and 8, 1 through 8 was hidden on the other page.
I knew that was quick.
All right, so where'd he go? All right, sir, so you're in the process of hiring an attorney, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, count 1, I set your bond in the amount of $10,000. Count 2, I set your bond in the amount of $10,000. Count 3, 4, 5, and 6, I release you on your own recognizance. Count 7, that's one of your resisting officer with violence charges. I set your bond in that matter at $10,000. Count 8, I set that at $10,000 as well. Good luck to you, sir.
Sir, is there any way
9
that I
and 10
could
is
ask
RR.
that you be lenient
No.
on my bond? I cannot afford that amount.
All right, sir, according to this report, you violently fought with law enforcement after you bit a human being's ear off. Your bond set in the amount of $40,000. Good luck to you, sir. Mr. Shea, no contact with the victim. All right, we're going to go to Alistair Mackey.
Mr. Mackey, come on.
Judge, it'd be a time-served offer for Mr. Mackey.
Mr. Mackey, you want to resolve this case today?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're going to be adjudicated guilty of a municipal ordinance violation?
Yeah.
You understand as a result of this plea today, if you're on probation, parole, anything of that nature, the entry of this plea is going to violate your probation or parole. Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
All right, anybody threatening or forcing you, making you do this today? All right, President's Mr. Shade. Mr. Shade's arguably one of the top 2 municipal defenders in the history of the city. The reason is because I was the original municipal defender of the city. All right, you want to take this plea? Are you satisfied with Mr. Shade's advice? Are you satisfied with Mr. Shade's advice?
What's that, like a result? Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, raise your right hand. You swear affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Tell me your whole legal name.
Alistair Quinn Mackey.
All right, you can put your hand down. All right, you understand if you're not a citizen, you can get deported as a result of this plea.
Yes, sir.
All right, you want to take it? You're pretty certain?
Yes, sir.
You totally certain?
Yes, sir.
Adjudicate, time served. Have a good day. Good luck, Mr. Mackey. You'll be out by midnight. Peter Metzler. Peter Metzler.
Oh, boy.
Peter Metzler.
Good
North Broward. Mr. Metzler, you're charged with a municipal ordinance as well. Apparently you were in Wawa. Didn't go well.
It's a time-served offer as well, Judge.
Apparently started screaming and yelling profanity.
I ain't screaming.
Don't say anything. Peter, don't say anything.
All right.
All right, you want to resolve this case today?
Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand. You swear affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Peter, tell me your full legal name.
Peter Elijah Metzler, all capitals.
All right, Peter, you understand that if you're currently on probation, parole, anything of that nature, the entry of this plea today is going to result in a violation of that probation and parole. You're going to go to prison.
I ain't got none of that.
All right, then I'm happy to hear that. Anybody threatening or forcing you, making you do this today?
Nah, man.
You high, drunk, anything like that?
Nah, man.
You understand everything that's going on?
Yeah, man.
All right, you satisfied with your attorney's representation, or you want some more time to talk to him and stay
Nah,
in
we
jail?
good. I'm good. I just need to get up out of jail.
All right. Well, in that case, let me do what I can to facilitate your reentry into society here. All right, you can't go back to Wawa anymore.
All right, I got that.
All right, you can go to 7-Eleven though.
Yeah, 7-Eleven's better than Wawa anyway.
All right, they make a wicked Slurpee, don't they?
Yeah, no.
All right, you want to resolve this case?
Yes, sir.
All right, how do you plead?
No contest.
All right, I find you guilty, I adjudicate you guilty, sends you to time served, court costs. Have a
All
good day,
right.
good luck, young man.
All right, all right.
Judge, I just wanted to let you know our Spanish interpreter is present.
Okay, give me 1 minute. 90 days on everybody. Gordon Koish. Gordon Koish.
He's in main judges.
He's here at main judge?
Good morning, sir. You're charged with municipal ordinance violation in that you allegedly were at 701 West Broward. You'd been told not to be there.
Gordon, you gotta stop going back there.
Gordon.
Sir.
All right. Sir, you want to resolve this case today?
Yes, sir.
You under the influence of alcohol, beverage, controlled substance, anything of that nature?
No, sir.
All right. How many prior trespasses does he have at this location? Do we know?
Kendra Joseph.
You have a copy.
Mr. Coyce, you seem to come in here on a regular basis for this trespassing. You understand that?
Yeah, I'm not going back there.
Yeah, you're not going back there for 5 days if you enter a plea. You want to resolve your case today? I'm going to have you in the sheriff's bed and breakfast for 5 days. And every morning when you wake up, I want you to remember you shouldn't be going back there.
Yes, I want to resolve it.
You understand you're going to spend 5 days in county jail, sir?
Yes.
All right, anybody threatening or forcing you, making you do this today?
No.
All right, Mr. Shea, you are very competent counsel. Do you dispute the fact that this is a repeat violation at this location?
I cannot, Judge.
You cannot do so. All right, Gordon, listen to me. All right, you're getting 5 days this time. You do it again, the next judge may give you 30. You understand that?
Yes.
All right, anybody threatening or forcing you, making you do this?
No.
You understand you have the absolute right to a trial by a jury, your peers in this matter.
Yes.
You understand as a result of this plea today, you're going to do 5 days in the Broward County Jail.
Yes.
All right, sir, you under the influence of alcohol, beverage, or controlled substance?
No.
Anybody threatening or forcing you, making you do this today?
No.
You understand if you're on probation, parole, anything of that nature, anywhere on planet Earth, the entry of this plea is going to violate your probation or parole.
Yes.
You understand if you're not a citizen of my beloved United States of America, you're going to get deported as a result of this case.
Yes.
Knowing and understanding all that, knowing and understanding that I'm forecasting, telling you you're going to jail for 5 days. You're represented by Mr. Shea, Office of the City Defender. Do you need any more time to discuss this with him?
No.
All right, sir, how do you plead to the count of municipal ordinance violation?
No contest.
All right, the court finds the defendant guilty, finds a no intelligent and voluntary plea, a waiver of all rights that are appropriate and applicable, remands the defendant in custody of the Broward County Sheriff's Jail for a period of 5 days, adjudicates the defendant guilty. Good luck. Vernon, yeah, credit for time served. Vernon Coleman. Vernon Coleman.
Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Coleman. You are charged with a municipal ordinance violation. You too were at 701 West Broward Boulevard when you were stopped and arrested. I'm led to believe, again, this is not a first offense for you, correct, sir?
This is second.
All right, then. So, State, do you have any reason to dispute that?
Mr. Coleman, don't say
May I say
Mr.
something?
Coleman,
May I
don't
say something?
Mr.
Coleman,
Shate
don't
says
say
you
anything.
shouldn't say anything.
Yeah, I think I should say this. I cleaned that
I would not
property.
say anything, sir.
I cleaned that property.
So you're going to go back again?
No, I said I cleaned the property.
You're not going to go back, though, are you?
Not after this.
All right, that's good thinking. Mr. Coleman, you're represented by Mr. Shea. Do you need any more time to discuss this with him?
No.
You understand, as a result of this plea today, I'm gonna adjudicate you guilty. I'm gonna remand you to the custody of the Sheriff of Broward County for a period of 1 day with credit for 1 day time served. Do you understand that?
Thank you, sir.
All right, you understand, if you're not a citizen of the United States of America, the entry of this plea is gonna result in your deportation.
Yes, sir.
Anybody threatening or forcing you, making you do this?
No, sir.
All right, you want any more time to speak with your attorney?
No,
You
sir.
understand, if you're on probation, parole, anything of that nature, the entry of this plea is gonna result in you going to prison wherever it is. You understand that?
Yes, yes, sir.
You still wanna do this?
Yes, sir.
All right, raise your right hand. You swear affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but truth?
Yes, sir.
Tell me your full legal name.
Vernon Dale Coleman.
Vernon, you understand everything I explained to you?
Yes, sir.
Were all your answers accurate, true, and correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, how do you plead?
Guilt, no contest.
All right, I accept your no contest plea. I find it no involuntarily freely entered. Adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to time served. Good luck, sir. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Steve, that all you got?
I think so, Judge. If there's any other, they're all time served offers, so.
All right, so I have Steve Coward here. Steve Coward.
Do you know what page, Judge?
Nope.
19? Oh. He's here, Judge. Mr. Coward, come on up, please. He's approaching.
Mr. Coward, good morning to you, sir. All right, sir, I have here in front of me 6 different charges. All right, you have a warrant for a violation of your pretrial release, 2 warrants and 2 felony capiases. Those 4 charges are no bond. The false ID given to a law enforcement officer, I do find probable cause. I set your bond in ROR. Possession of cocaine, in light of the 4 no bond holds, I'm gonna release you on your own recognizance on that charge too, okay?
Wait, Judge, I'm sorry, go back.
All right, back. Steve Coward.
It's a medical reset.
Good to see you.
No, that was Steve Coward.
Okay, what did you say?
All right, count 1 and 2 are gonna be ROR. He's no bond on 3, 4, 5, and 6. Thank you. All right, Sanchez Domingo Sanchez. Apparently we have family here.
Yes, Your Honor, we have his fiancee who is the alleged victim in the case. And she,
All right, hang on for a minute.
and by the lady, I believe he means, oh, and here she is, she's back.
Hello, ma'am. What is your name?
Jolie Mari Colon.
All right, could you spell that whole name for me?
Sure. Yolimary. Last name Colon, Colon.
Okay. State prior criminal history on Mr. Sanchez?
Judge, all I'm seeing is a possession of heroin. There are some other charges, but out of state, but I don't know what the resolution of those were.
Thank you. Ma'am, what would you like me to know?
I don't want to press any charges. He didn't harm me. He didn't put his hands on me.
So where'd all the blood come from?
He punched the glass. It wasn't anything that he did to me or anything like that.
And tell me about the 12-inch steak knife.
I didn't know about that. Usually he'll go outside with a knife and go do yard work, which there was pieces of wood that were broken up that we used to do for when you go outside and you firebomb. You know, when you go and put the fire on and do marshmallows and stuff, he was cutting some of that wood. But as far as him having the knife, I didn't know about that. I was inside the house.
And all the knives laying around on the floor?
I think when he went in there and grabbed the knife, because where I keep my knives is in a container, so when he grabbed it, probably grabbed it so hard that it fell on the floor, but I didn't even know about it.
All right, ma'am, thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, if I may also.
You may.
My understanding is he works at Delaware Chicken Farm. My understanding is the alleged victim also works at the same location. I did advise him that.
Is that
the
true,
court
ma'am?
normally
Yes,
on-
sir.
Okay, go
They-
ahead.
I did inform him normally on domestic situations, the court imposes a no contact order, but you heard from the victim, she is not in fear. I'd ask the court not to impose a no contact order. If the court does impose a no contact order, my understanding is they work in two different departments. So from what Mr. Sanchez advised me, they could make it so that they don't have any contact with each other. Now, they do live separate and apart from each other. He resides in Hollywood. He has no prior domestic, arrests or anything like that. So I'm gonna ask, considering the totality as far as what the court heard from the alleged victim, I'm gonna be asking for a $1,000 bond on Mr. Sanchez's behalf.
Mr. Sanchez, I do find probable cause. I say you're bonding the amount of $2,500. You're to have no victim contact. I don't want you within 50 feet of her at work, and other than work, you're to have no contact in any way, shape, or form. You're also not to return to her residence during the pendency of this case. Good luck to you. Good luck, ma'am.
Can I say something?
You can, but it's not gonna change what I've already decided.
He is the father of my kids.
Okay, ma'am, I understand that, and I have glass, I have multiple witnesses indicating that an attack occurred. I also have knives all over the place and things of that nature, and people who called the police other than y'all. Thank you, have a good day. All right, we're gonna go back down the roster now. Serenity Jones.
Serenity Jones. North Broward, Judge.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Jones, you have a capious arrest warrant. Your bond set in the amount of $500. Good luck.
Judge, based on my conversation with Ms. Jones, it's her understanding that her bond may have been posted.
All right. I'm sure we'll find out the answer to that for you. Thank you. Ma'am, if you'll hang on for 1 minute and just listen, we'll let you know. No bond's been posted. Good luck, young woman.
I would ask the court to sign a phone order allowing her to.
I'll sign a phone order. Takia Morgan.
Ms. Morgan. Oh, actually, Ms. Morgan, Judge, can we put her on recall? She just went to use the restroom.
All right, then. Takesha Campbell.
Bonded, Judge?
Bonded. Stephanie Fajardo.
Judge?
She's bonded? Bonded. Edit Haviland.
She's in North Broward, Judge. She was also inquiring as to whether or not her bond had been posted.
Prior criminal history on this defendant, state?
Second judge.
No priors? No bond has not been posted.
My understanding, Your Honor, is that this is her first contact with the criminal justice system.
Thank you.
I'm not seeing any priors in Florida, Judge.
Thank
No
you.
priors.
All right, she blew a 243 and a 258 after a motor vehicle accident. The court does find probable cause. Count one, your bond's gonna be set the amount of $1,000. Count two, I'm gonna ROR you. Count three, I'm gonna ROR you. Count four, I'm gonna ROR you. And count five, I'm gonna ROR you. Good luck, young lady. No alcohol, no intoxicants.
And I'll call your husband for you.
Ready? Miss Takia Morgan is back.
Miss Morgan.
Ms. Morgan, come on up, please.
Ms. Morgan?
And she declined to service the public defense.
All right, Ms. Morgan, you have two outstanding capuses. The first is $100, the second's $500. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Nicola, or Marie Nicholas,
She is North Broward.
I'm here.
Yes. No bond? Nobody paid. $2,500. They didn't pay it yet. It's $2,500.
Oh, he's like, he's coming up for in the morning, already.
All right, the court does find probable cause for all three counts. Count one, your bond set at $25. Count two, your bond set at $1,000. Count three, I'm gonna release you on your own recognizance. Good luck, young lady.
Thank, God bless you.
Thank you. Giordine Williams.
She's present here in Maine.
Brian, you got anything to say on this one? We're doing Jordine Williams. She is at Maine Jail. All right, ma'am, you're
Yes.
charged with burglary, I guess, of an occupied structure with a battery associated with it. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am. Court does find probable cause.
Your Honor, if I may.
You may.
This is a punishable by life felony, so the state would be requesting that you make a finding, proof evident, presumption grade.
All right.
So, state attorney asking the judge to hold you no bond because it's a PBL offense.
But I did not.
Hold on.
Anything I need to know?
Yes, I think you need to know that we would object to the court making a finding of proof evident presumption grade at this stage of the proceedings.
Hasn't the fourth DCA spoken on this?
They have, but that
Okay.
doesn't mean they're always right. So,
This is where the court is standing mute.
well, standing mute was never one of my strong suits, Judge.
Mine either. It's really hard. Not in
can
this
be.
case, though.
It can be.
All right, any other legal argument?
You know, I
State, is
understand
there
there's
any prior criminal history on this individual?
No.
Looks like they were having a dispute. In the light most favorable of the state of Florida, Jordine got really irritated, pulled open a screen door, and slugged somebody who's associated with her children.
I have no priors that I can see, Judge.
You can make a finding of proof evident presumption grade and still exercise your discretion to
When
set-
hang on for 1 second. When's Miss Williams due in front of a division judge?
Judge, my understanding is the case has not been filed, so the state attorney's office would decide whether or not to file a charge, and if they do, then the clerk's office would give her a date. Knowing the facts that I know, she applied for the public defender's office. She'll be speaking to her ERU attorney. We're gonna go ahead and contact the case filer. Hopefully this does not get filed. Judge, something interesting, my understanding is, I haven't had an opportunity to review the PC affidavit. I would ask you to, and I agree with my colleague, if the court finds proof evident presumption grade, I'd ask the court to exercise your discretion. She has no prior contact with the criminal justice system. She's been going to the same residence, visiting her children the last 10 Sundays in a row. My understanding, for the past 3 years, Judge, she's been here her whole life. She's 26 years old. Right now, she works at Comcast, been working there for about a year and a half. What I would ask Your Honor to do, like I said, exercise your discretion, give a reasonable bond, something that she could afford. I'm asking for about a $2,000 bond on Ms. Williams' behalf, Judge.
Court does find probable cause. Court does find that the prerequisites are met. Proof is evident. Presumption is great. Defendant's gonna have to post a monetary bond in the amount of $2,500. Defendant's gonna be on, what's the lower level, level 1 or level 2?
Level
two's
2 is the,
lower level?
but the lowest would be standard pretrial, Judge.
Thank you for that input. Court's gonna place the defendant on level 2 GPS. The defendant is specifically prohibited from interaction with the alleged victim in this matter. The victim's name is Devona Bailey. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Sir, my kids is with her.
All
That's the
right,
only way I can see my kids.
ma'am, you have a choice. Either you can not have any contact with her at that residence regardless of the consequences.
Can I see her at another residence?
See who?
Well, I have to go to wherever Devona is to see my children because I'm taking the
No,
case
ma'am,
to
you're not gonna have
Appleton.
any contact with Devona Williams.
Yes, sir.
All right, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, you will be back sitting in jail, no bond in a heartbeat if you do so. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So somebody else is gonna have to coordinate and supervise the visitation with the children. If there's not somebody else to do that, you're not gonna be able to see the children. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, I make this choice because you have no prior criminal history, and it's very easy to see how this spun out of control. But I need you to understand something, that's that I'm not playing.
Yes, sir.
All right, you are not to have any contact with this woman. You're gonna be outfitted with a GPS monitor. I'm gonna specifically order that you not go within 100 yards of 700 Northwest 10th Terrace, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
No, 300 feet if we need to do that. All right? So you can't go to the house, you can't interact with this woman, but you'll be able to get out of jail and keep your job. If you can have somebody else get your kids and get them to you, that's fine, but it's not gonna be this woman. Do you understand that?
The court approved for her to be the only one to supervise it.
Well, then you're not seeing your kids.
That's what it sounds like.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, but my options are very limited in this case.
Yes, sir.
All right? Good luck to you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, so tell me what you're not gonna do,
I'm not going by Devona Bailey.
or her house.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good luck.
Judge, the only additional thing, there is a cost associated with the monitor, $5 a day.
Court will waive the
considering she-
cost.
Thank you, Judge.
Jovanisha Miller. Jovanisha Miller.
Medical loan, Judge.
All right, reset. Lisa Ugaz.
Medical reset, Your Honor.
Reset. Jose Martinez Nieto.
He's here, present, Judge Amain. He's approaching. Mr. Martinez Nieto, come on up, please.
I believe this
Judge,
gentleman
he's
is gonna require,
Do we got a Portuguese translator?
I'm working on it.
All right, sir, you're gonna have to wait for a couple minutes. We got a Spanish interpreter, or translator here, correct?
He did, he had to go to another courtroom, but he said either he will come right back or have someone else sent over. And I'll make a call over to the
Those are
interpreter's office
famous
right now.
last words.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Abdeas Choisius.
He's approaching, Judge. You see our man? Come on up, sir.
State prior criminal history? All right, the court does find probable cause. The court takes note of the fact that the victim doesn't desire to prosecute or advise they did not desire to prosecute at the time. Having said that, the court issues a bond on count 1 in the amount of $1,000. Count 2, the bond on that capias is $500. You're to have no victim contact and no return to the residence. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you violate that, you're violation of the court's pretrial order. You're gonna sit in jail until you see another judge, so please don't do that.
Okay, I will.
Thank you. DeAndre Hines.
He's approaching Judge, Mr. Hines. And Judge, he declined the service of public defender. My understanding his family is going to be hiring Mr. Mickey Rope.
Okay, thank you.
I contacted Mr. Roque and left a message on his voicemail earlier. I have not heard back from him.
All right, we'll place this on recall on the off chance that Mr. Roque shows up. All right? Robert Bridgal Ennis.
He's approaching Judge. He's coming up. Judge, he declined the service as public defender. His family is going to be hiring private counsel on his behalf.
Thank you.
I called his mom. There was no
They didn't answer.
All right, the court does find probable cause as to both these charges. Sir, count one, your bond's gonna be set in the amount of $5,000. Count two, I'm gonna release you on your own recognizance. You're to have no victim contact and no return to the residence. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
He does have someone from the community present, Sherman.
Ma'am. Who are you?
I've known him for 10 years.
Who are
I was the
you?
one that pressed the charges.
Who are you?
Lily Claudio.
All right, could you spell your name for me?
It's Lillie
Okay.
Claudio.
All right, you've known him for 10 years.
I've known the family.
Okay, and you
My
all are
kids
the
went to
family?
school together. They were raised together.
All right, are you aware of the fact that apparently there was an altercation over Pokemon and allegedly he tried to run the other kid over with a car?
I don't believe that, Your Honor.
Ma'am, were you there?
No, I wasn't, but I spoke to my son, and I just don't believe that.
Okay.
He's never been in trouble, Your Honor. I only pressed the charges because the damage that was done. I wanted to fix. I thought that he might get arrested, get released. We'll go to court. We'll straighten it out.
Which is what's gonna happen to him.
But
You're his parents, correct?
he's such a good kid. He doesn't deserve this.
Any prior criminal history?
Oh,
All right, ma'am, thank you. If you'll be quiet,
all
please.
right.
State any objection to me talking to the parents?
No, my understanding from Mr. Romero is that he declined the services of the public defender's office.
Don't wanna hear it. You would tell him now. You would tell him he'll believe it. Wanna hear from him, don't have it.
Says that she hired an attorney.
If my mom said, I want you to get out, I said, I want you to get this off right there, that's right, this is where you go. Take it. I want you to. Try this, different ways.
They looking up to see if you have priors, I think, so you gotta listen to it.
Sorry. No, that's the victim's mom. My mom was supposed to be in the court. I don't know what happened.
I don't believe that your mother is here, but don't say anything. We can hear everything you're saying right now. So if you want, you can hit that button on the microphone in front of you, and then you will not be on the record. Thank you, Hector.
All right, young man, I've had a conversation with your family as well as the mother of the alleged victim. The victim wants to talk to me. I'm not really inclined to listen to the victim at this time, and that I'm sure that he's going to repeat some machination thereof, and apparently he's already walked out of the room. So,
victim advocate's talking to him.
okay. Yeah, get him for a minute. All right, young man, I've talked to the parents. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to reduce your bond to the amount of $1,000. Your parents are going to post the bond. You're to have no victim contact and no return to that residence. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, young man, he's not to come over no matter what until this is worked out. Do you understand that? All right, if he comes over, ma'am, if he comes over, I'm not going to be happy, and I'm not going to be happy with you. Thank you. Have a good day. Bond set an amount of $1,000, no return. Harry Biswas. Harry Biswas.
Can we address one matter before we go on?
Sure.
It was DeAndre Hines, the gentleman that was just placed on recall, which my colleague advised you. He tried to contact Mr. Mickey Roque.
Yeah.
I've just been advised by the jail that they're actually trying to contact him from his division. Which courtroom?
Which one? They told me to bring him over.
He's being actually summoned right now in front of, some courtroom. And the only thing I can speculate at this time is maybe Mr. Mickey Roque is over there, but I'm speculating right now.
Well, he's currently out on pretrial, and I would assume that a division judge would contact me here to tell me to do something else. Not have somebody randomly call that we don't know who it is to say to do something. That's not the way we do stuff.
I understand. I think, I believe right now, the deputies right here are trying to contact the actual person who summoned Mr. Hines. And I believe it might have been the judge's JA. And that's what we're trying to confirm right now.
Who's the judge?
Okay, brief recall, then, Judge. They're trying to get that information.
Who's his judge at 11 o'clock?
Judge Tobin. It's Tobin Singer. Judge Tobin Singer?
Are you representing him?
No, he has Mickey Roque.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I forgot that. So, all right, BSO, if Judge Tobin Singer says she wants him at 11, then send him at 11. I'm going to pass this matter.
Right now, they're on the phone.
No, I need
I'm
to
talking to Mr. Roque right now, Judge.
I need to magistrate him, don't I?
Yes.
Oh, well, if Mr. Roque is on the phone right now, he can.
Apparently.
Okay, so your attorney right now is on the phone.
He's on pretrial?
Yes, for
Possession of what?
You got it.
possession of capital.
Okay. What's the
Mr. Roque does, oh, I'm sorry.
1800
729 8 CF.
8 CF10A. All right, Brian?
Mr. Roque does represent Mr. Hines, but he's just asking for a reasonable bond to be set at this time. And he is aware that Mr. Hines has, I believe, an 11 o'clock hearing this morning.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. In case number 18007298 CF10A, court finds the defendant is on pretrial release pursuant to the court's inherent authority under, hang on 1 minute. Florida Statute 903.0471, the court revokes the defendant's pretrial release on the prior case. As to this particular case, count 1, you're going to be ordered to have no victim contact. Your bond is going to be set in the amount of $500. Count number 2, your bond's going to be set in the amount of $500. Count number 3, your bond's going to be set in the amount of $25. So I am revoking your pretrial release on the other case, remanding you to the custody of the sheriff of Broward County. Having said that, you're going to be in front of the other judge. Let her know what I did. She can undo it at 11 if she wants. I don't have a problem. I have no vested interest. Good luck, young man.
Are you holding him no bond, Judge?
Hold him no bond on
Right.
the 18 case. Let Mickey know.
I will.
Obviously, Tobin Singer can undo that, but pursuant to the new charges, I'm handing this all off to her, and let Mickey know I gave him a minimum bond.
I
So it's
understand.
back in Tobin Singer's hand.
And our Spanish interpreter is present.
Buenos dias, ¿cómo está? I guess I'm not allowed to say that. Okay, could you make an announcement that anybody that speaks Spanish, I'll swear you in a minute,
¿Alguien que hable español que necesite los servicios del intérprete?
and only Spanish.
¿Y solamente español?
Sir, raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to translate English, Spanish, and Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
I do. For the
Bienvenido.
record, Felicione.
No, Spanish, not Portuguese.
Sorry about that, Judge. There's two gentlemen here that speak Spanish. The first gentleman is on page, I believe, 15 of the court's docket. His name is Mr. Martin Ceballos.
Hang on for 1 minute.
He should be probably towards the latter part of your stack of paperwork.
I'm working on it. Martin Ceballos, I got him.
And the next gentleman would be following Mr. Ceballos, Mr. Francisco Delgado.
Got it. Anybody else?
At this time, that's all here at Main, Judge.
All
And
right.
Judge, as far as Mr. Ceballos, we'd be waiving form reading of the charges.
Okay. All right, court does find probable cause. It's count one. The court sets the bond in the amount of 50,000.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
These counts are punishable by life felonies. The state is asking that you find proof is evident, presumption is great, and hold him no bond.
Response?
Tu señoría, la fiscalía pide en este caso que, vista la naturaleza de que son cargos castigables con un máximo de cadena perpetua, se solicita que sea retenido el señor sin fianza y que se halle que hay prueba evidente y presunción mayor.
And we would be objecting to the court making that finding at this stage of the proceedings, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel.
La defensa presenta su objeción a que se haga ese hallazgo a esta etapa del procedimiento, su señoría.
As to count one, the court remands the defendant in custody of the Broward Sheriff's Office, no bond. Proof evident, presumption great. As to count two, remands the defendant in custody of the Broward Sheriff's Office, no bond. As to count three, remands custody Broward Sheriff's Office, no bond. As to count four, remands defendant in custody, no bond. Count five, court establishes a monetary bond of $250,000. Thank you.
Sobre el cargo número 1, la Corte refiere al acusado a la custodia del Departamento del Sheriff de Broward, así como también para el cargo 2, 3 y 4, sin fianza, puesto que hay un hallazgo de prueba, evidencia y presunción mayor. Y sobre el cargo número 5, la Corte fija un monto de fianza de $250,000.
Francisco Delgado.
Senor Delgado. He's approaching, Judge.
Mr. Delgado, you're charged with a third or subsequent driving on a suspended license.
Señor Delgado, se le acusa de manejar con una licencia suspendida.
Court does find probable cause.
La corte halla causa probable.
Monetary bond in the amount of $750.
La fianza monetaria queda fijada en $750.
Good luck.
Buena suerte a usted, señor.
Could you do another announcement for me?
Absolutely, Your Honor. ¿Alguien más necesita la asistencia de un intérprete español?
Espanol? No one else at main, Judge.
Thank you very much, Counselor. Have a good day. Thank you, sir.
Judge.
You're excused. All right, Jacques Dowling. Jacques Dowling.
No problem, John.
All right, so the court does find probable cause as to both counts. Count 2, that's your violation of probation and community control. You're to be remanded in custody of Sheriff Broward County, no bond. Count 1, as to the battery, you're to have no victim contact in any way, shape, or form. Bond's going to be set in the amount of $1,000. Good luck, young man.
You're asking the court to sign a photo order on.
So ordered. Reginald Santillis. Reginald Santillis.
I've been advised he's a medical reset, Judge.
Med reset. Jude Hilaria. Jude Hilara.
North Broward.
Oh, yeah, I guess I did. All right, I'll get to that in a minute.
No problem, John.
All right.
You would.
State priors for Jude at this location.
I'm not seeing any priors, Judge.
So you want to resolve this case today?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're not allowed to go back to the swap shop?
Yes, sir.
Anybody threatening or forcing you, making you do this?
Yes, sir.
You understand if you're not a citizen of the United States of America, you're going to get deported?
Yes, sir.
Anybody threatening or forcing you, making you do this? Anybody threaten you, forcing you, or making you do this?
No, I haven't threatened nobody. No, I'm trying to happen, sir. Happen. I haven't tried to threaten nobody in my life. Nobody.
Okay. Sir, you understand you have a right to legal representation by the attorney of your choosing. If you couldn't afford an attorney, I appoint one to represent you.
Yes, sir.
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand if you're not a citizen of the United States of America, you're going to get deported for entering this plea.
Yes, sir.
You still want to resolve your case today?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead?
What you saying?
Do you plead no contest, not guilty, or guilty?
No contact, no guilty and guilty.
All right, you plead all three?
Say it again.
Which do you choose? No contest, that means you're not admitting or denying it, you just want to resolve it. Guilty that you did it, or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Enter a plea of not guilty, bond set in the amount of $25. Good
Did
luck.
you want to resolve this today, sir?
Excuse me?
Did you want to resolve this case this morning?
Yes, sir.
By saying not guilty, what you're telling the court is that you want a trial, which means that the case cannot be resolved today.
No,
If
we're
you
not
enter a
guilty.
plea of no contest or a plea of guilty, the case will be resolved this morning. How would you like to plea?
No contact.
All right, close enough. All right, court withholds adjudication, standard court costs. Good luck to you, young man. No return to swap shop.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Dane Josephs. Oh, no, hang on for a minute. Harry Biswas.
He's a medical research, John.
All right, that took care of that, huh? All right, Dane Josephs.
Joseph was in yesterday. He saw Judge Murphy. He was RR, but he's back on the docket, but he's refusing to come now.
All right, reset. Deputy, I don't doubt what you're saying for 1 second, but I have new documents here. And if he doesn't want to come, well, maybe after he has lunch, he'll feel better.
All right.
Thank you.
I do.
Justin Perez.
He's approaching, Judge. He's here at Maine. Mr. Perez, come on up, please.
All right, Mr. Perez, you have 2 charges. One involves a capias from North Satellite Courthouse. The second's a petty theft. As to the petty theft, your bond set in the amount of $100. You're not to return to Walmart. As to the capias, your bond set in the amount of $250. Good luck.
Judge, and speaking of Mr. Perez, unfortunately, no one's going to be able to post his bond. He gets disability. He's not in a position to post his own financial bond. My understanding, speaking to him, the capias on regarding count 2, he didn't know when his court date was. He's asking to be released under supervision of pretrial release on these non-violent offenses.
So ordered. Let's put him on pretrial. Thank you. Ryan Persad.
Mr. Persaud is approaching, Judge. And he declined to serve as a public defender, Judge. He's going to be posting his bond.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, court does find probable cause. As to count 1, bond's going to be set in the amount of $1,000. Count 2 is going to be ROR. Count 3, $500. And count 4, ROR. Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Jonathan Pinton.
Come on up, please. He's approaching, Judge. He was all the way in back.
Thank you. Mr. Pinton, you're going to be in court, I want to say tomorrow at 9 in the morning. You have a capias in the amount of $500. Good luck to you, sir.
Judge, Mr. Pinson's interested in resolving this case. We wanted to see if the state had a plea offer for him.
State, you got anything on this?
The offer extended as an adjudication, court costs and no return.
Adjudication, hang on for 1 minute. Adjudication court costs. If he wants to resolve it today, there'll be a conviction on his record.
Yeah, he wishes to accept the state's offer, Judge.
All right, Mr. Pinton, raise your right hand. You swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Put your hand down. Tell me your full legal name, young man.
Jonathan Pinson.
All right, Mr. Pinton, you understand you're charged with trespassing?
Yes.
You understand if you resolve this case today, state priors?
Yes, Judge, he does have a number of juvenile priors, including third dwell, petty theft, battery, a number of other petty thefts and batteries, a number of other crimes as well, and possession of cannabis with intent.
All right, sir, if you resolve this case today, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of 1 count of trespass. If you're not a citizen of the United States, you can get deported. If you're currently on probation, parole, anything of that nature, anywhere on planet Earth, the entry of this plea is going to violate your probation, parole, you're going to prison. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand you have absolute right to legal representation of the attorney you're choosing. You can't afford one, I'll appoint one to represent you. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that attorneys negotiate, litigate, try cases, come up with new and novel concepts of defense, do everything you've ever seen or heard or thought of. But you're saying you don't want any of that. You just want to resolve this case today. Is that true?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead?
No contest.
I find you no contest plea being knowing, intelligent, and voluntary who entered. You're waiving the right to counsel. I find you guilty. Adjudicate you guilty. Sentence you time served. Minimum court cost 90 days pay. Good luck. Tadaris Davis.
1 moment,
Bond
Judge. Let
was
me
posted.
Oh, okay, that's why you didn't.
Anthony Williams.
He's here. Mr.
Priors
Perez, come
on
on up,
Mr.
please.
Williams.
possession of substances, strong,
Judge, I can't hear it prior.
I never, don't worry about it.
I'm also seeing a strong armed robbery charge as a juvenile. and
All right,
burglary.
court does find probable cause as to count one, the burglary. You allegedly attempted to open the door to let somebody out of the back of the police car. I'm gonna say your bond in that matter in the amount of $500. Count two, the resisting without violence. You apparently walked away from the police officer. I'm gonna say your bond at $50 on that, sir. Good luck. Archilarius Johnson, Archilarius Johnson.
He's approaching, Judge. He's here.
Priors
Come
on
on
him,
up, sir.
state?
Got a bunch of juvenile judge, possessions of cocaine, cannabis, burglary. Some
All right,
drug-
court does find probable cause. As to the grand theft, court's gonna set the bond in the amount of $5,000. As to the possession of cocaine, I'm gonna release him on his own recognizance. Good luck.
Your Honor, can we return to Mr. Jose Martinez Neto?
The gentleman who needs the Portuguese interpreter.
Mr. Jose Martinez Neto.
Senor Martinez.
All right, he's here.
I have been advised that we can have a Portuguese interpreter here at 1 o'clock this afternoon.
All right, sir, we're gonna have somebody here at 1 o'clock for you, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much. Good luck. Daryl Matthews, Daryl Matthews.
Mr. Matthews, come on up, please. He's approaching.
All right, court does find probable cause. As to count one, bond's gonna be set in the amount of $250. As to count two, bond's gonna be set in the amount of $250. As to the corruption by threat, where you allegedly advised the police officer it was you and him alone, you would wear him out. Your bond's gonna be set in the amount of $2,500. Good luck, young man. Thank you.
Judge, if I could, my understanding is, and if the state can confirm this, he has no prior contact with the criminal justice system. He's 19 years old. He goes to South Broward High School. He doesn't work. He's living in a homeless shelter in
State,
Fort
does he
Lauderdale.
have
where
any
he's been living.
priors? He has no priors. All right, count three is gonna be reduced to $250. Thank you.
I was gonna ask for standard pretrial considering he has no priors, Judge. It's a conditional
All right,
statement.
we'll put him on pretrial.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Gabrielle Barros, Gabrielle Barros.
Mr. Barrows, come on up, please.
Huh?
Yes.
On whose no bond?
I said no bond is required, you put them on
Correct.
trial.
Possession burglary tools, all right. So you're charged with possession of burglary tools and petty theft. State priors?
None that I can tell, Judge.
Judge, we're gonna be asking for the court to consider pretrial release. My understanding, he works at a construction company called Lighthouse. He's been there for about 6 years, making about $125 a day. He lives locally here in Miami, where he's been residing in the same apartment for 8 years. He can't afford a monetary bond. He's asking for the court to consider releasing him on pretrial release.
Count one, the court does find probable cause. Bond's gonna be set in the amount of $250. Count two, bond's gonna be set in the amount of $250. Court takes note of the fact the defendant lives in Miami and allegedly stole a plate in Broward. Wallace Neely, Wallace Neely.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Come on up, sir. He's approaching, Judge.
Mr. Neely, you're charged with a violation of your parole. That's no bond. As to the capias, you have a $50 capias. Good luck. Ryan Bruner, Ryan Bruner.
Medical reset, Judge. Mr. Siegel, I
David
believe.
Siegel, David Siegel.
He's approaching.
Court finds probable cause. As to count one, your bond's gonna be set in the amount of $500. As to count two, ROR. Thank you.
Judge, Mr. Siegel is asking to be released on
State
pretrial
priors.
release.
Yes, Judge, he's got a number of thefts, including, 2 grand thefts. Actually, more than 3 grand thefts, Judge.
It's dated on my understanding, Judge. And considering this is drug offense, we wouldn't object if the court, besides pretrial release, wanted to impose random drug testing.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's a number of possession priors as well, Judge.
All right, he didn't give the cops a hard time. Put him on pretrial.
Thank you, Judge.
So I'll get out today.
Random drug test.
Judge, thank you.
If
You're
you don't report
welcome.
there, there's a warrant issued for your arrest.
Preston Lofton, Preston Lofton.
So they're gonna let me out?
I'm sorry, Judge, who did you call?
Preston Lofton, who's been removed off the docket. Kenrick Joseph.
Mr. Joseph is here, Judge, approaching.
State priors. This appears to be a warrant case, is that true? All right, thank you.
Judge, you wanted to know as far as the details of this not in custody capias, because he doesn't know anything about it.
Somebody by the name of Villard stated he was walking on Northwest 60th Ave when he was approached by a male he knows as Kenny. Kenny approached him while riding a beach cruiser. At this time, Kenny, who was later identified as Kendrick Jamal Joseph, got off the beach cruiser and accused Villard of stealing his cell phone. As Villard stood there, Joseph attempted to go through his front pockets. While doing so, Joseph simultaneously punched him in the jaw while grasping a pair of brass knuckles. After being punched, Villard fell to the ground and observed Joseph continuously punch him in the face while still grasping the brass knuckles. Shortly thereafter, Villard lost consciousness. Villard was later transported to Florida Medical Center. He was trauma alerted to Broward General, where he received treatment. He's had 2 orbital fractures, a nasal fracture. Villard stated he wanted to pursue charges. He identified Kenrick as Kenny, the male who battered him, as a result of what appears to be a photo lineup. So the court's going to order no victim contact with Mr. Villard. Court's going to priors on this defendant. Priors.
Judge, he's been in mental health court for a long time, so all the priors have been dismissed.
And Your Honor, he's currently out on pretrial for case number 16010-523 CF10A for possession of a firearm, commission of a felony, and count 2, possession of cocaine. We're requesting that this pretrial is revoked, Your Honor.
At this time, the court's going to revoke the defendant's pretrial pursuant to 903-0471 in case number 16010-523 CF10A. As to this particular charge, the court's going to set the bond in the amount of $50,000. He's also going to order level 1 GPS.
Judge, I just want to let you know, Mr. Joseph, first, he's adamant as far as his innocence. He's denying these allegations. And 2, he doesn't work. He gets disability. There's no way he's going to be able to pull $50,000.
Can I say just a brief?
Not about the facts.
Counsel, I understand what you're saying. All right, he's out on pretrial release for a very serious felony. In addition to being on pretrial release, if the facts are true in this, and there does appear to be probable cause, he bludgeoned somebody to the point where they were knocked unconscious and put on a trauma alert to a second hospital. So with all due respect, in addition to the fact that you're telling me that he's potentially in mental health court, I have some very serious concerns for the public associated with this. Sir, I mean you no disrespect in this, but your bond stands. Thank you. Jose Alvarez.
Judge, I've been informed maybe confinement status can shed some light. This would address yesterday. He was released on pretrial release.
Okay, thank you. Eric Tarasov.
Are you Tarasov? Yeah. Judge, my bad. He didn't bond as of yet, but he will be bonding. That's what I meant to say.
All right, who are you talking about? I'm on Tarasov.
Yes, Tarasov.
So he's already about to be bonded?
He's going to call somebody to post his monetary bond. He hasn't bonded yet.
Okay. As to count one, court sets the bond of $500. Count two, $750. 3 through 5 ROR. What? Okay, as to count one, bonds 500. As to count two, 750. 3, 4, and 5 ROR. 6 ROR. Brandon Paramore.
North Broward, Judge.
Marijuana medical research.
Thank you. Creighton Griggs.
I have been advised medical loan.
Court will be, and you got anybody else there?
Not here at Maine. Nobody else.
All right, Maine's clear. Judge McCarthy will be here this afternoon. Have a good day. It was a pleasure seeing you again.
Are you going to be joining us sometime later on this week, Judge?
Oh, no. I'm going to be across the country, hopefully not killing myself on a set of skis.
Take care, Judge.
Take care. Paul Ron, you're excused. Thank you. Have a good day. Conti, you're excused. Deputy, be safe, be careful.
Thank you.
North Broward, you're released. Thank you. Have a good day. All right, we'll be off. I can't tell you, but since Deborah looks at my Facebook, I'm sure you'll know by the end of the night. Oh, yeah? Yeah, no, I saw that. That looked like a great trip. All right, it's off.
Well, it's always a pleasure, sir.
As for me.
You know I don't have much time.
Yeah, you got to be getting super short.
January 30th?
You gonna have a party?
Yeah, I think I might. The mic is still on.
It says speakers are off.
Says it's off.
It's not flashing.
I don't know.
They're enjoying your vacation already over the jail.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Close page, I don't know
System
how.
off? Is there something that says system off?
Power down and exit.